Kali is a Filipino martial art. This was brought into the United States as early as the 1500s because some of the cowboys here brought by the Spanish were Filipino. And also it was brought in the United States by a little colony in Louisiana, bayous, called St. Malo. And it was about 1,000 strong, and they fought and worked for John McPeak the pilot.
First thing you learn is how to defend. This is the umbrella, okay? You can follow up with any kind, okay? You can use an inside effect, which comes up here, okay? You can use a high wind, which is like this, okay? Now, this arm you can take it out different ways. I'm going to show you some of the styles they take out. It's pretty hard. This one here is use a punyu portion, this portion over here to disarm it. Then you can use a punyu portion on the bottom part also. Okay? You can move this out here, hit the head, take it out, strip it out. You have a stick, you get 2 sticks.
Basically, it's a Filipino martial art which encompasses 12 areas. Single stick would be one, or a single sword or a single dagger. Double stick would be another one, or a double sword or a double axe. A long and short concept, which means a dagger and a sword, or a sword and a shield, or a stick and a dagger. And then you have what they call a double dagger system. You have a single dagger system. You have empty hands, which they call pangamut, which is divided into 5 categories. Panatukan, which is a Filipino form of boxing. Panajaklan or sikaran, which is a Filipino form of kicking. Dumog, which is a form of grappling or wrestling. And you got what they call hampak, which means to hit, and hikut hutbud, which means to tie and untie, which is a form of trapping. Okay. Then you have projectile weapons, which include rattan darts, sand, different types of tobacco. You have throwing. They have a pupuru, which is a little steel ball. When you throw it, it turns into a butterfly. You have flexible weapons, which include the rope, the chain, and the whip. It could be a hemp rope whip. It could be a leather whip. It could be a stingray whip. There's a staff, and there's a spear. There's what they call a dos manos stick, which is about 42 to 46 inches, depending on the tribe that's using it. And basically, those are the 12 areas of the Kali, and sometimes they include the healing arts.
There are 4 sectors. 1, 2, 3, 4. And any time in combat, when the stick is wiling, you have to enter one of the 4 stages. That way, but through the eye, it doesn't. Like this would be 1. I'm going to do it slow it down, so you can take it out here. Okay. A lot of times, stick over here. This is the 3rd sector. We take it out like that. It's out like down on the bottom. Okay. The other one is a stick which they use in punyo sombrada. Notice that I'm using this portion of the stick in the exercise. When we move, bring it up to the high line. Take it out. Take it out. Slow it down a little bit. Sometimes it's not noticeable going to demonstration. It's why we don't have to do demonstration, because you can't understand the art. See, that would be one disarm. The other disarm, usually I do it in slow motion, you can see. When the stick is coming at that point, see, it comes out. Okay? Now this, in a demonstration, people can understand. If the stick is here, see, back, you can understand this disarm because the eye has time to catch it. But a disarm, and this nick, they don't understand it much because the stick comes out. What has happened over here, when the stick comes at this point, you strip it. But that time, you can go to any kind of different position that you do. Okay?
Well, I think it came probably from Spanish days because those who were found practicing the art were usually persecuted. And there came a decree from the King of Spain that those practicing the art of Kali would be put to death without a trial because they didn't want the art of Kali surviving. But somehow they took it underground and they passed it under moonlight. And that's how sometimes the symbol of the moon is the symbol of Kali because it had to be practiced, or the candle was sometimes a symbol of Kali because they practiced under candlelight and moonlight. It was the only time they could practice.
Start down and drill. You see this position here? Take it out, slash, pull cue method. Now, when you use the pull cue, this time you can pass it like this and slash. This can be used as throw.
It's not an organized art as such where it's set up with black belts and brown belts and white belts. It's just you have a beginner, intermediate student, a senior practitioner, and an instructor.
How that you can use it with the blade and tie it up. See the back? That slash thrust? And you can go out that direction over here. Okay? Now, when you don't have this, sometimes you don't have it. So you have to use it like this, see? You still take it out, hit, take out the dagger, take it out. See? A lot of times when you don't have a chance, sometimes you can use a knife in tight, see? And again, the knife can be used again out like this, take it out, this side and that side. See? Now, this is very hard to do in position, but if I have to have the hand position, this is the first position, okay? And if I back the notes, again, this will be the knee, this will be the elbow. So it's intertwined with the empty hand is intertwined with the stick, okay?
The three physical levels are called 3 and 3. That means holding a weapon, without a weapon, and throwing a weapon. Those are the basic 3. And also means standing, squatting and kneeling, and laying on your back. And it means short weapon, long weapon, throwing weapon.
The instructor usually trains the man so they can move slow. Now when he takes off at this position, he gives it back. Okay? He can also capture and strip and go to the rear, out. That's a loss. That's the knee. See? Take out. Back. See, this is the drill, because we train the reflex first. And you don't let him have it. That's the whole principle of the game. See, he has to find. Okay, you see the point here? That's it. Take it out. This is control back. Okay. Now, you take away the dagger from him, and we drill. See, we don't do this. A lot of people train like this. They go 1, right, right. Then they go ready, coming. Okay, right. But the whole principle of this, it is good if I touch him in training. Now he knows I'll touch him in training. Okay, let's slow this down because you see it. Now it looks like a bunch of junk going on, but let me show you what's happening over here. See the position here? Now watch the strip over here, slow motion take it. You see what's happening? Okay. This dagger at that point, see, was stripped at that point. This is the very same strip that you do at the angle of the hip. You do the strip again. See the strip? So what you learn with the stick is the same thing that you would learn with the empty hand.
It's a very intuitive art, and to try to teach someone his own intuition is not an easy thing. But like I said, calling and screaming is a good vehicle for doing that, and it's a good vehicle for understanding yourself, and we start by understanding body motion.
Come in through the physical door. You cannot learn to be spiritual because it is through the body that we learn through the spiritual, and it's through the body that we learn about the mental aspect. So the mental is nothing but a training ground for, the physical is nothing but a training ground for the mental parts of the body. Body is just being aware of different things and feeling when something is coming up.